Becca here with Total Gym, and welcome to your full body Pilates class. The only accessory you're gonna need today is your tow bar. So go ahead and attach that, and you actually want it on the lowest setting. So get that set up, and then we're gonna start with a plank series today to kick this off. Once you get your tow bar in place, come on into a kneeling position with your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders, the palms of your hands onto that tow bar, and then tuck your toes under. We're gonna start with a cat-cow, but I want you to think about leading with your hips first. So you're gonna go back with those hips, arch your back, chest comes down, then your head, neck, and shoulders, and then you're gonna round up one vertebrae at a time. And you might need to take some adjustments here where those knees are. I like mine a little bit closer to that tow bar so I can really feel this warm up in my spine. I really like this movement here. Feels so good to articulate through the spine, opening up the shoulders. And don't forget, your neck is a part of this movement too. So make sure you're really taking the time to warm up that cervical spine, that C-spine right at the top. Let's take two more, starting to find that breath. Exhaling on the way down, inhaling on the way up. One more together. Articulate down and come on up. Good stuff. Team, we're going to walk those knees a little bit farther back. Your hands are going to come back onto that toe bar. This time I want them right underneath those shoulders. And we're going to do a little thread the needle, okay? So we're going to take that right arm. It's going to inhale up. Left arm is going to stay on that toe bar. Exhale, you're going to twist that right shoulder down to the glide board. So we inhale, big stretch and lift. Exhale, dive under. Once more, inhale, lift. And exhale, dive under. Beautiful job. Coming back up to the top, hands onto that toe bar. Left arm is going to lift up as you inhale. Exhale, dive under. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dive under. Warming up the spine in each direction. One more time. Lift. And exhale, dive under. Awesome job. Come on back up to the top. We're going to take one foot onto the bottom strut. So I've got my heel on that top strut, heel on the bottom strut, toe on the top strut, and I'm just going to start to open up those hips a little bit. So I'm just sending that glide board back with my left knee, warming up the legs, opening up the hips. One more time. Beautiful. Gently switch sides. Bring that glide board all the way back close. Switch legs. Left foot up, right knee down. Send it back. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. We'll take two more here. Hopefully we are feeling nice and warm. Good. Returning that glide board back all the way home. And then both knees are going to come onto the glide board. We're going to keep those hands onto the toe bar, maybe a little bit wider than those shoulders. I like mine a little bit wider here. We're going to bring those knees all the way towards the bottom. I want you to push into that toe bar and float those knees up. So we're kind of in a hover. Then you're going to walk those knees in a little bit so they're a little bit closer towards the toe bar. We're going to start to send that glide board open and close in that high plank. Pushing that glide board away and back in. Now, the farther the toes are away from your toe bar, the less range of motion you're going to have. So if you feel yourself bottoming out or that glide board touching towards the bottom where that toe bar is, you might need to bring your toes in closer to the toe bar. Let's go 3, 2, last one. Bring it all the way back home and take a little mini breather. Roll those wrists around. Great job so far. Okay, we ready to add on to that a little bit? Now, if you're comfortable where we just were, I want you to repeat that 2 more times. If you want an amplification of this movement, we're going to single leg it. So come back into that same position, right where those feet are towards the bottom, knees in towards the toe bar. Now I'm gonna float that right knee up, point my foot, and I'm just gonna leave that left foot on the glide board, extending and bending it in. Inhale, open, exhale in. We have 8, nice and controlled. 7, you've got it. Wherever you are in this move, I want you to stay very strong through the center of the body. Core is doing a lot of the work here. We've got 4, but so is that upper body and lower body. 3, 2 more, and we're going to hold it out there. Last one, hold it, lift that right leg up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way back home. Little breather. One more set, strong team. Roll those wrists around. So good. One note that I want you to be aware of. When we are in that single leg move, be careful that your hips aren't opening to the side. I want you to keep those hip bones and shoulders parallel, square, facing down to the floor or your glide board, okay? Round 3 of 3, let's do this. After this, we're moving on to some legs, so stay with me. We're gonna come into that opposite leg if you did single legs. If you did double legs, stick with that one more time, okay? When we go into those leg pulses, just hold that plank for me. Here we go, team. Hands a little bit wider than those shoulders, toes tucked under, take a deep inhale, lift that left leg up, right leg stays down. We inhale, open and close. You may notice a difference between your right and your left side. That is totally natural. Pull that belly button back to your spine. Let's go for it. Whew, I know you push play today with a goal in mind. Stay strong, stay committed to that focus. 4, 3, 2 more. Last one, hold it. Little pulses, lift the leg. 10, 9, 8, stay strong. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Bring that glide board all the way back closed. Make sure it's closed before you step off. Whoo! Roll those wrists around. All right, let's switch gears a little bit. You're gonna take that resistance up somewhere between an 11 and a 14. You get to decide where you wanna be today. I'm gonna be on lucky number 13. Push into that tab, lift with your legs, make sure it clicks in, and then let's head down onto our back. So we're gonna scooch our hips all the way down to the bottom. Feet are gonna come up onto that toe bar. Heels are gonna be on the toe bar here. Parallel position with those feet. Upper body is relaxed all the way back down, head, neck, and shoulders down on that glide board. If you're feeling the bottom of the glide board with your fingertips, you're in the right spot. If you can't quite feel the edge, scooch those hips down a little bit lower for me. Push those heels into the glide board, and let's extend those legs all the way open and closed. Control that glide board on the way up and down. If you have that weight bar attachment underneath the glide board, you can use your hands right there as well. That'll give you a nice guide point of where your hips should be. Shoulders relaxed. Doesn't this feel kind of good? Nice work. Got some legs and core here, so we're going to hit a few different things. 4, 3, 2. Hold it at the bottom for me. Don't let that glide board touch. Make sure that core is nice and strong. You're going to start little pulses, driving down and up. 1 inch down, 1 inch up. Find that breath. Feel the strength of those quadriceps. Feel that strong core connection. Pulling that belly button back to your spine, but not holding that breath. Just feeling really strong, really structured through the center. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch and bend all the way up and back down. I know what you were thinking. You were like, oh, we're going on levels 11 through 14 today. This won't be so bad. My legs are on fire. I'm sure yours are too. I always think that in my head. It's not going to be so bad. And then I feel it like crazy. 5, 4. One more round of pulses here. 3. And then we're going to get some single leg work in. 2. Last one. Find those pulses. Down. Down. Good. Drive through those heels. So we not only activate the front of the legs, those quadriceps, but the backside as well. Hamstrings, inner thighs, glute max. Good. You have 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch all the way up. Leave those legs exactly where they are. Bring those arms up overhead. Feel that shoulder mobility. We're just going to do a few sweeps like that, keeping that core nice and strong. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, down. Inhale, big lift up. Exhale, lower back down. 4 more. Preparing for that roll up. 3. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Now we're going to inhale those arms just straight up to the sky. Start to curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Lifting that C-spine, mid-back, upper back. Make sure your hips are still on that glide board as you sit up tall, tall, tall. Then I want you to move that glide board as that pelvis tilts. Roll all the way through the spine, coming back down. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, lower. 3 more, just like that. Inhale. Start to feel that articulation of the spine, especially where that pelvic tilt is concerned. So when you rise up, the glide board doesn't move too much until we get right to this point when that pelvis tilts so it comes straight up. And then at the beginning of your roll down, you're going to feel that glide board move first because your pelvis tilts you on the way down. One more time. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Core is warming up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Good. Bring those arms back down by your side. Make sure your hips are all the way at the bottom. If you need to shimmy and adjust, go for it. We're going to make sure that left leg is in the middle. Right leg is going to go up to the sky. We're going to flex that foot so we get a nice hamstring and calf stretch here. You're going to point it on the way down and flex it on the way up. So we're coming into that single leg squat, but we've got a nice stretch moment happening for that right leg. Left leg stays parallel. Take a peek down. Make sure your toes are still tracking over the middle of your foot. 3, 2. Last one, hold it at the bottom. You already know it, little pulses. Now again, make sure those hips stay nice and centered. If you feel one hip drooping to the bottom, I want you to stay strong through the center. Make sure those hips stay nice and even. 6, 5, tiny movements. 3, 2, 1. Rise all the way up. Let's go back to that flex and point. This time though, I want you to rotate. So we're in a turned out position with that right leg only. So your heel is coming towards you. Your toes are pointing out to that side body. Good. How's that left leg feeling too? We got a lot going on here. Inner thighs and hip flexor is working on that right leg. Left leg is working for stability. 3, 2, holding it at the bottom on 1. Freeze right here. Pulse it down. 10, 9, pushing through that left leg. Right leg is hovering right off of that toe bar. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch all the way back up. Wiggle those legs out. Readjust. Do what you got to do. And we're going to hit that other side. So good. How we feeling so far? I'm feeling warm, but accomplished, and I hope you are too. Right leg is going to come into the center of that toe bar. Left leg is going to come up. It's parallel. Flex that foot. You're going to bring it down to point, lift to flex. Now, if that point and flex motion is too much and you want to just really focus in on your core, on that supporting leg, don't worry about that point and flex. You can leave it either pointed or flexed, just don't leave it hanging out there. Okay, when you finish that line and really activate the entire leg, you actually get more of that muscle-mind connection when you do that work. 3 more. 2, 1. Bring it down there. Let's hold it. Find those pulses. I know you love those pulses. They really get the work in. Check in with those hips. Make sure one isn't drooping. Let's go. 8, 7, 6. Get a little lower if you can. That's it. 4, 3, 2. Turn that left foot out. Flex to lift. Point to lower. Flex to lift. Make sure that right leg stays parallel. I like this internal and external rotation on the working leg because we're getting some nice hip mobility and strength at the same time, which I know you love or you wouldn't be in Pilates class right now. 4, 3, 2. Find those little pulses. Let's go. Drop it down. Come on, get low with it. Lower than you think. Extend that left leg over that hover nice and strong. We're working upper body after this. Hang in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Shake those legs out for me. Take a big stretch. Arch that back like you're just waking up in the morning. All right, you're going to slowly come on up. You can come out of this however you feel comfortable. I like to just push that glide board back, and then I'm going to take my hand in between the legs to support that glide board on the way closed. All right, we're going to lower that resistance somewhere between a 4 and a 6. We're going to be in some side body lateral work. I really like this work here. So pinch that tab at the top. Let's lower it down. I'm going to be somewhere in the middle on a 5 today. Woo, I've got a nice sweat angel on my glide board. And then you're going to bring that glide board up to a parallel position. We are also going to attach those hand pulleys. So bring them up and over that tower. Attach them to that hook right above that golden V. And we're going to grab the hand pulley that is closest to your right side if you're looking at the tower, okay? We're going to be facing the left side. Now, I've got my hand pulleys attached on the inside middle knob. Feel free to meet me there. Unless you want a bigger twist, you can take it on the outside middle knob. Okay, you've got options here always. Safely knuckle down, anchor yourself down. You're going to bring that right leg up, left leg behind you. So we're in that mermaid pose. We're going to start with a nice, easy up and over. So I'm going to come into a bicep curl. I'm going to bring that arm up and over. Big side body stretch. Think about that nice long arc. And then bend that elbow and extend it out. Now you've got a couple options here for that left arm. If you want more stability, I invite you to take that hand on the edge of that glide board. You might need to scoot yourself down a little bit. If you want less stability, the arm's going to be out to the side. Okay, let's go. Notice you're not married to whatever you've decided here. You can change it up at any point. Good. Feel that nice stretch. And I know this position can be really challenging on the hips. Stay strong. Deep breath. Good. Little shoulders, lots of biceps, lots of control through that core. 3, 2. Last one here. Fantastic. Now, I want you to knuckle down so we stop that glide board from moving. You're going to meet me in a kneeling position. And we're going to repeat that same motion we just did, only this time we're in the knees. You can either be hips on heels or hips lifted, totally up to you. I'm going to keep my hips down today because I want some more stability. And I'm going to do the same motion up and over. Left arm this time is going to be on the hip. Good. Push up and over. More arm, a little bit less core here. Still lots of fun, lots of work. I love the feeling and the smoothness of this glide board. So easy to change positions and feel the work and the strength. Good. 2 more. Up. Last one. Beautiful. All right, now here, I want both arms to come onto that hand pulley. Staying in your kneeling position, either lifted or down. We're going to make big circles. So I want you to take both hands around that hand pulley. I've got mine interlaced, and we're going to take the lift through the center. You're going to go around to that opposite side and down through the center. I want you to try and make this circle as slow and controlled as you can. And I know that's challenging. Put a little micro bend in those elbows. And if you're lifted, I need you to really engage that core here. Good stuff, team. We have 2, and we're going to head into that opposite side. Last one here. Good. And release. Go ahead and land at the bottom of that toe bar. Take a little mini breather, towel off, grab some water, and we are going to switch sides. So my back is going to be to you for this one, but we'll still be checking in together. I want you to grab onto the hand pulley. If you're looking at the tower, that is on your left side. Again, it's in the middle inside nodule. Unless you want more of a twist, then you can put it on the middle outside nodule. Okay, for this one, your left leg is going to be in front. Your right leg is going to be behind you. We're starting with that bicep curl in the mermaid pose, and then a press up and over, and then a bicep curl and an extension. Okay, your core stays nice and strong here. And you may notice a difference between your right and your left side. As we always say, you know that's totally normal. Listen to your body. That right hand can be down on the edge of the glide board or maybe reaching out. Give yourself that nice strong arc up and over. Good. 2. Last one. Fantastic. Anchor down. Stop that glide board from moving. Make sure you pause that motion. Getting into a kneeling position. Either up on the knees or down with hips on heels. Whatever that body is feeling like you need today. Same movement. We're going to go up, reach. Good. Right hand is on that hip for this one. Lift, big press. Great job. Whew, coming to the tail end of this workout, our grand finale. Stay strong, find that breath. 3 more. Nice work, 2. Last one, and we will head right into those circles. All right, those hands are going to come one on top of the other. My hands are going to go clasped here. We're going to take that hand pulley up to the sky first, over to the side, down through the center. Super slow, super controlled, no jerky movement. Now your arms and your back are going to want to take over here. I want you to fight against that and really work through the center of the body. Up. Yes. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Twice more. Last one, we have one minor change to our equipment. Good job. Anchor down. Let's safely step off to one side, and you can let that glide board go home to the bottom. All right, all I want you to do is take that glide board, down onto its incline, all right? Grand finale. You're doing an amazing job. Let's keep it going. You're going to grab onto both hand pulleys. Make sure those lat bars are locked in place still, and we're going to make our way onto our back. All right? Head, neck, and shoulders are going to be on that glide board. Ladies, watch that hair on your way down. You can crisscross those hand pulleys back behind you, and then let's come on down. So we're going to start with those feet in a tabletop position. All right, those arms are going to come up to the sky. Take a big inhale, put that back, put those shoulders onto the glide board. Shins are parallel to the sky. Inhale, on your exhale, sweep those arms down, curl that upper body up. Take a look at your belly button. And we lower those arms back down to the tower. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling to lower. Great job. I know this work is so challenging for the core, but I know you are strong. We're going to push through with breath, with control, with body awareness. The ABCs of Pilates. 3, 2, 1 more. Hold it at the top. Extend those legs out and in. Good. Just the legs. If your neck is straining here, I want you to lower it down onto that glide board. Good. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. You have 5. I'm laughing because I feel the sizzle through the abdominals. 2, 1. Reset. Take a little mini breather. Arms overhead. You can even put those feet onto the toe bar for a moment and knock those knees right and left. We got 1 more round of core, and then we're out of here. I got a quick stretch for you. All right, so bring those knees into the tabletop. Bring those shoulders onto the glide board. Take an inhale. On your exhale, arms push down. Let's add the legs straight this time. So your arms overhead, your knees come in, shins parallel. Exhale, arms down, legs straight. Curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Yes. 3 more. You've got it. 2 on the last one. We're going to hold it. 1 more. Hold it at the top. Scissor kick those legs. 10, 9, good. 8, keep pushing. You've got this. 5, 4, 3, deep breath. You're almost there. 2, and 1. Awesome job. Feet down, arms overhead. Put those feet onto your toe bar. Absorb that weight. Release the hand pulleys. Slowly lower to the bottom. We made it. Crisscross that right ankle over top of your left knee. Lift that left knee in. Find your figure 4 stretch. So great. We started with that plank series. Take a deep breath. Exhale, release. We headed right into some lower body work. Upper body, twist, lateral movement, finish with core. So good. Good. Start to walk your way up to a seated position. Take your time here. Send those legs out straight. Down onto those bottom struts. I want you to scoot back so your hips are down to the bottom of that glide board and you have room underneath the legs. Inhale those arms all the way up to the sky. Open up the rib cage. Exhale, reach those arms forward towards that toe bar. Tuck your chin to your chest. Breathe. Inhale, leave your arms reaching for or on the toe bar. Lengthen that spine. Take your eyes forward. Exhale, see if you can fold a little bit deeper, rounding into that stretch. Give yourself gratitude for showing up for you today. One more deep breath here, honoring your mind, your body, your soul. Slowly come up 1 vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last thing to come up. Slowly come on back home. at the bottom. Find a comfortable seat. I'm going to turn around and face you so we can close our class together today. Thank you so much for your energy. Inhale those arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale down through heart center. Great work today. Thanks for sweating with me. I hope you enjoyed that 30-minute Pilates class, and I will see you next time.